Gone are the days when motorcycle riders were required to have a fair amount of brawn and almost no notion of fear to ride a motorcycle fast. Modern motorcycles are becoming increasingly easier to ride, and in the right hands, frighteningly fast. Now we know that the Z800 was an absolute bomb of a bike to ride. It had a brilliant engine and predictable handling. For 2017, though, the Z900 replaces the Z800 and we take it to the streets to find out what's different. Wild Child. The Z900 gets the new headlight cluster consistent with the Z series. While it carries forward the Sugami styling of its predecessor, the front bikini fairing is all new, so is the tail section, and it even exhibits a new exhaust design. This new twin headlight has a more fluid look to it, with a forward jutting jawline that accentuates its aggressive look. Sitting atop the headlight is a blacked-out windscreen that offers some amount of wind protection. The negative lit LCD speedometer is all new and is shared with the likes of the Z650 and the Ninja 650. It's got a nice semicircular, cascading tachometer, a gear indicator and a large centralized digital speed readout. Like on the larger Kawasaki's, the tachometer acts as a shift indicator. The needles begin to blink when it's time to shift up. The tank's organic shape goes well with the Sugami design philosophy, with the key slot located right at the front of the tank. There's a nice, wide seat that's well padded and reasonably comfortable for longer hauls. Our test machine was fitted with a rear seat cowl, an add-on accessory, so we didn't have the chance to check pillion seat comfort. The tail end culminates in a typically Z-series fashion and has the LEDs placed in the shape of a Z. The slightly boxy and angular nature of the Z800's design has been way to more organic curves. It's still unmistakably a Z, and its overall silhouette has been pretty much carried over from its predecessor. Overall fit and finish levels are quite impressive too. On the inside,
the Z900's frame is all new as well. Kawasaki has dropped the older cast alloy backbone chassis from the Z800 in favor of a tubular steel trellis unit that weighs only 13.5 kilograms, about 1.5 kilograms lighter than the similar new trellis on the smaller Z650. With 5 rigid mounts to the motor, the engine is a stressed member of the overall chassis now. The low weight, paired with a low seat height of just 795 millimeters, makes the Z900 a good proposition for shorter riders.
The suspension setup, on the other hand, hasn't seen a massive revision over the outgoing model. It retains the beefy 41mm upside-down forks at the front with stepless adjustability for rebound damping as well as spring preload. There's no compression damping adjustment, though. The rear still uses the familiar horizontally mounted linked monoshock, and suspension travel at both ends is identical. Overall ride quality is quite good over the less than perfect road conditions in India. Bumps at low and high speeds are handled in a predictable manner. While most mechanicals have either improved or stayed the same cannot be said about the brakes. The dual pedal rotors at the front seem to have reduced in size from 310mm to 300mm, but Kawasaki has retained the opposed 4-piston calipers. The stopping power of the Z900 is far from insufficient. While the initial bite is light and predictable, squeeze a bit harder and the brakes will scrub off speed at a phenomenal rate. Scream Machine. The Z900 is powered by a new 948 cubic centimeters inline-4 engine that is based on the Z1000's unit and makes 123.6 HP of peak power at 9,500 RPM. As expected from an inline-4 engine from Kawasaki, refinement levels of this engine are simply exquisite. From the moment you thumb the starter button, there's a nice bassy buzz that transforms into a positively manic howl as the revs climb. And, as expected from a naked, the engine offers a nice, meaty mid-range with a noticeable kick after 6,000 RPM. The motor has been equipped with a secondary balancer, driven on the 6th web of the crankshaft, to reduce some of the excess vibrations, and there's minimal vibration in any situation. Kawasaki has also developed an assist and slipper clutch which makes action at the lever light and assists with excessive engine braking. In keeping with its Street Fighter character, the Z900 gets a short ratio gearbox with pretty closely stacked gears until 5th. The 6th gear is a relatively tall one. In fact, combined with the high refinement levels, you can pull away from speed breakers from 20 km per hour in 3rd gear with no resistance. And the 5th gear will help you pull cleanly from as low as 30 km per hour, all the way to a speedo indicated 180 km per hour. after which, the 6th gear will take you all the way to a 240 km/h plus top speed.